Okay, so in the last class, just we have discussed this one. So impedance mismatch in embedded SQL as well as the dynamic SQL. Okay, impedance mismatch is nothing but this is the difference between the database model as well as the programming languages model. So database model is nothing but just you can use any database. There is no restriction there. Okay, nothing but here we are using the some rows as well as the columns. But in normal programming languages, so you can use any language. There is no restriction. You can use C++ as well as Java. If you want, you can use Python also. There's a no restriction. So that's why he is using the impedance mismatching. Means nothing but it is a combination of the data model as well as the programming languages. So for suppose if you're doing any projects, so in that project you can use any languages. For example, in your mini project will be there. In that mini project, if some peoples are using students are using C programming normally. Some students are using Java. Some students are using PHP, like that. They have different languages they are using, and the database is the same. Almost almost the all project having the data means creating the tables. After creating the table, just you can insert the values and you can check the validation. This all comes under the database models. And in this relation models, the main how to construct this relation model with help of the attributes. Nothing but the attribute. First you can use the attribute. uh, After using the attributes, just you can use the data type of that attributes. Tuples means how many rows if you're using, and the tables having the set or multi sets of that records. Suppose if there is any duplicate table, automatically it will be deleted from the with help of the this mismatch. Okay, and next one is the this one is the most important. So, normally in exam, final exam, he will ask the 10 to 12 marks for this question. Retrieve the single tuples with the embedded SQL. So here we are using the different programming languages in the embedded SQL. That using the different languages, that is called as the host languages. So for example, just you can use any C, COBOL, Pascal, like that. You can use the different languages. Then you can write the code. So if you're using the different languages and writing the code, that is nothing but that is called as the host language. And in this embedded SQL, it will be differentiated with some programming statements with help of the exe SQL. So here we are using the keyword the exe SQL. Here exe SQL is nothing but this is a preprocessor, nothing but the pre-compiler. Okay, now just after writing the all the code, just you can use before writing the code, just you can use the exesql, then write the code. And after writing the code, just suppose this is used for the compilation purpose. So first you can use the begin your program exesql, begin your program, then you can end the program with help of the exe. Means this is nothing but the act as the compiler, preprocessor as well as the pre-compiler in the host language, nothing but the in embedded SQL. And the every suppose if you're writing any code in that embedded SQL, the every codes end with the semicolons. Okay, if you're not using semicolon, automatically it will be displaying some error messages. If you're using semicolon, so there is a no error messages, directly it will be runs. Here also we are using a different types of the data types as well as the attributes. And here we are using some shared variables we are using. In the shared variables we are using SQL code as well as the SQL state. How exactly the SQL code and SQL state will works, I will explain in the next. Okay, next, in embedded SQL, here it will be using the shared variables. So you can use any programming languages. Here using the both C program as well as the embedded SQL statements. Nothing but just you can use any programming languages. There's no restrictions here. Okay. Then the shared variable. Suppose if you're using the shared variable, so you can use a prefix with help of the colon, not semicolon. First you can use the colon, then you can use the shared variable. For example, suppose if you want to declare any arrays, first you can use the first name and you can do the size of that array, then you can use a prefix. Okay, then this is mandatory in the shared variable. Okay, then how to declare the shared variable within the statement, just you can see the small lines of code here. The first int loop. Okay, Then exe sql, this is the compilation if you want to like compile your program. Sorry. Okay, if you want to compile your program, just can begins with the exesql, means automatically your compilation will be starts exesql begin declaration section. This is nothing but the declaration section. So just you can use the same how exactly if you're using in C languages. So variable character here I'm using the employee details. Okay, the variable character department name. Okay, thus you can use the size of department and the first name, last name, and address of the employees. Thus you can give the sizes of employees. Then character. Once again, I'm using the SSN. And suppose if you want to like like your USN 2 years, CS 18 like that, then you can give the character. Otherwise, you can take it as a integer. Then so here I'm using the combination of the alphabets as well as the numbers. That's why I'm using here the SSN as a character, then date of birth and the gender and his taken as a some mobile numbers. Then float and float having the salary. Okay, why he has taken as the salary? So some cases salary will be rises. So some 12,000 will be there. That's 12,000 point something, like the 500 point something like that. So it should be the like decimal value, so 10 point something and the 100 point something like that. So salary will be varies, so that's why I'm using that one as the floating point value. Suppose some company will be deducted some amount for the food as well as the traveling charges, so in that case automatically it will be comes the decimal point. Okay, so that's why I'm using that is a floating point. And integer, the department number and the department number as well as the same. You can take only department double time I am written here, the number and department number. Just you can take one department number and integer SQL code and the character SQL set. I'm using SQL code and SQL set. Why I'm using SQL code and SQL set, I'll explain. And once again I'm using the EXEC SQL and the declaration section. Okay, suppose if you want to declare anything, just you can use the begin as well as the end of that the declaration section. It should be starts from the exec sql, then exec sql end as well as the begin. Then only your program will be compiled, otherwise your program will be not compiled. Okay, in SQL types here we are using integers, small int. Okay, the small int, real, double. So we are using these all the same data types in the C languages also, as well as we are use the fixed length as well as the varying length strings. Suppose if you want to use any array character, just you can use the character of array I plus one, or suppose if it is a varying character, once again you can use the varchar with help of the plus one. Okay, just you can see in this program I'm using the numbering 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, just and the line number 1 to 7. Okay, this is nothing but the pre-compiler. It will takes the c variable names. Okay, here we are using the begin declaration as well as the end declaration. Uh, that one is the mandatory, the begin declaration and the end declaration. In middle you can write the declaration sections. Okay, you can use any variables, shared variables. And in line number 6 and 7 we're using SQL code as well as SQL state. Why I'm using SQL code and SQL, so this is used for the communication it is used for the communicate the errors and some exception condition between the whatever the database if I've taken, or if I've taken any program. If there's any error or any like exception condition should be occurred, in that case it will be automatically pop up with help of the SQL code as well as the SQL state. Okay, so where to use SQL state, sorry, SQL code. So SQL code only you can use in the integer variable data type. Only integer you can use the SQL code. Okay, in SQL code, so we are using the three terms: value 0, values SQL code is greater than 0, SQL code is less than 0. So value 0, why value 0 is nothing but here the statement will be executed successfully. Then only we are using the value is 0. So SQL code is greater than 0. So when to use SQL code is greater than 0, This indicates that there is a no data will be available, means any everything will be like whatever if I given the data, everything will be you are getting, means expected output if you are getting, there is a no data will be available. So in that case just you can use the SQL code is greater than equal to 0 and SQL code is less than equal to 0. So less than equal to 0 is nothing but this one indicate the suppose if there is any error in the shared variable. So in that case, automatically it will be shows SQL code is less than equal to 0, means some errors will be occurred in your program. Okay, this is nothing but the SQL code. And next one is the SQL state. So SQL state, this is used for the communication variable. This is nothing but your the communication variable. For example, just you can take the value. Suppose that value 0000 in SQL state, it will be indicates, okay, the value 0000, the SQL state that will be indicates there is a no error. Okay, either suppose if there is an other values will be indicated error or the exception, for example 0200. So in that case also automatically it will be showing the errors as well as the exceptions. Suppose 0200, then in that case if there is an error will be there, no, in that case only it will be displayed uh, 0200. If there is a no errors, in that case directly it will be showing all zeros. Okay, there is a difference between the uh, error and error free. This is the same explanation he has given here. Just you can check this. Sorry, the value is equal to 0. This indicates the executed will be successfully, and the SQL code is greater than equal to 0. This is no more data will be available, and less than equal to 0. This error will be error will be occurred, and here the SQL states the this is nothing but used for the communication, and here the all zeros means there is a no error, error free, and suppose 0200, in that case the error will be occurred. This is a simple example for using this the retrieving the single tuples in the embedded SQL. So one more example will be this. This one is also the same example. Here just you can go through the embedded loop reads a SSN of the employee and print out the some information from corresponding employee record and the databases. Okay, here we are using loop 1 and while loop. Here we are using while loop prompt, enter the SSN, then exe SQL means your compilation will be begins here, and you can use the normal basic query. Select first name, last name, address, and salary of the employee into. So into is nothing but here this is the specifying the program variable, some attributes of the values from the databases. You can use with help of the prefix colon. Okay, this is nothing but the same as your the order by having clause, like that here we are using the into clause. Okay, into the first name colon. Okay, then pipe name, address, name colon, address colon, salary means after the first it will be displaying the name, the second it will be displaying the address, and means it will be separated, it will not displaying in the same line. So it will be why I'm using this is colon as well as a pipe. So automatically it will be separating the first name displayed, next address it will be displayed, and next salary it will be displayed. Otherwise suppose if you're not using any tables, so in that case direct it will be showing the name colon, address colon, salary, like that. The name, like below the name ABC, address NP, and salary 1000, like that. So the each like employees, the information will be displayed, means it is easy to find out. That's why we are using some prefix colon as well as that pipe. Then where to fetching this all information from? Employee. So employee table I am fetching this all information, where SSN equal to, okay, colon SSN. SSN mean how many employees will be working in that company. I'm using prefix colon SS means, so automatically that is comes under into clause. Okay, the name colon, address colon, salary is there, no? In first it will be displayed SSN colon, name colon, address colon, salary, like that it will be displayed. if SQL code equal to 0, when we are using equal to 0, if hello, is it hello, it is audible now? When we are using value is 0, when the program statement will be executed successfully, then only you can use the value equal to 0. Otherwise, we can use greater than equal to 0, less than equal to 0. Greater than equal to 0 is nothing but there's no data will be available, all data will be executed. So in that case, just you can use greater than equal to 0. The less than means if there's any error, then you can use the less than equal to 0. So here means almost I have taken the data. Just you can we are using the exe SQL, the compiler also, so the program will be like start executing successfully. That's why we are using the if statement. SQL code equal to 0, then you can print the first name, last name, address and salary of that employee. Else if does otherwise it will prints SSN does not exist. If it is not matches, okay, in that case it will be showing error messages. Otherwise it will be showing the first name, last name, address of the all the employees. Okay, suppose if there is a 1 to 40 employees will be there. Okay, just you can take the 1 to 40 students are there. Okay, some students are absent and some students are some washed out like that. So that student USN will be matches. So in that case it will be showing error messages. So I'm calling the USN 45. There is a no students will be there. The 45. In that case, the SSN does not exist. In that case, it will be showing the error messages. After just you can press one and press zero. Means press one if you want to continue. Other if you are using the press zero, it will be comes out of the loop. So this is one of the simple example for using the retrieving the single tuples with help of the embedded SQL. And next one is the retrieving the multiple tuples with the embedded SQL. Okay, here normally in tuples, sorry, in the single SQL we are using the SQL code as well as the SQL state, and as well as we are using the shared memory. Here we are using the cursor, nothing but the here we use the iterator. Okay, that cursor or iterator that will be points to it will be here we are nothing but the cursor is nothing but the pointer, so that pointer will be points to the single tuple or nothing but the rows, and the query will be retrieving the multiple tuples. Okay, it is a combination of the both the single tuple as well as the multiple tuple. Okay, here the same you can use the like suppose if you want to declare that cursor, just you can use the following commands: open cursor as well as the close cursor. Open when we can use the open cursor. Suppose if you want information, okay, the specific information, college database or student database, so in that case just you can open the cursor, so automatically you'll be fetching the all the result, means all the information from the databases, means it will be showing the current position of the databases. Nothing but here he has given the first row in the result of that query. Means suppose if you want anything like the specific information, that specific information it will be showing with help of the open cursor. And next one is the suppose in the cursor variable, here same iterates is nothing but the loops. Here we are using, in previous example also we are using the loops, the while loops, like that. Okay, here also we are using the different type of the loops to execute uh, the normal queries or normal programs, the basic programs. And after using these loops, the basic loops, so please don't exit. Okay, over that, like next one is the here also we are using the same SQL code as well as the SQL set. SQL code is nothing but same. Here value 0, value is greater than 0, value is less than 0. And SQL set, suppose if it is all zeros, there is a no error. If it is 0 to suppose something, and one number will be there in that uh, zeros, so if you are getting the error messages. So this is the declaration of the cursor. Here the declare, just you can give the any whatever. If you are taken the cursor, just you can give the cursor name. Okay, insensitive, you can take insensitive means, so you can take any tab. like you can take if you want uppercase letter or lowercase letter. There is no mandatory to take uppercase only, lowercase only. So you can take the any types and scroll. There is some options will be there. The scroll and cursor means if suppose if it is an PDF file or anything. So in that case, if you or if you are creating the any the HTML files, so in that case, if you want to scroll, means there are n number of the options will be there. So in that case, just you can use the scroll as well as the cursor option. And next one is the withhold for the query specification. Just you can use the specific condition of that query and order by. This is the same. The order by with ordering the specific whatever if you have taken the specification of that query, just you can take means select for example the department number. So that is I want the specific information from that department. So just you can give the specification that query is a department number. The same just you can give the order by a department number. Means this order by this is almost in all cases it will be taking ascending and descending order, but 99% it will be this shows ascending order only. Okay, the next for reading only update, and some options will be there. Reading read only update and attributes list means here suppose if already some queries will be there. Okay, suppose if you want to uh, update or modify. Okay, here the option will be there. You can update the all the query, or otherwise if you want as it is query, so it will be reads whatever the query will be there no in the database. It will be fetching the all the information. Only it will be reads the query. This is the nothing but the declaring of cursor. Here the same one example he has taken. Here's declare yes informant. This is one Siler's information he has taken cursor for. This is nothing but the cursor name and select yes name as well as the yes age. That the Siler's name as well as his age and the from that Siler's table. Okay, it will be fetching this all information from this table where okay yes dot rating equal to colon c underscore minimum rating. Just you can give the minimum rating of that seller. Means automatically it will displaying the some curves like there's a n number of options will be there. Means for example the silo. Suppose just you can take your feedback. Okay. So in that feedback he will give you one question. So below he has given some options. So greater than 10 marks, less than 10 marks. Otherwise just you can take good, okay, excellent, very good, poor, like that he will give the options. Like that here also it will be showing some options. Thus you can give the rating. This is one of the example for the by using the cursor. So if we can open the cursor with help of the yes information, automatically it will be opens. Then suppose if you want to fetch the some commands. Okay, if you want to fetch the command, just you can use the fetch s information into c name as well as the ch. So automatically it will fetching the all the information from the first row of that cursor. Nothing but your the host variable. This is nothing but the multiple tuples with the embedded SQL. The same one more example he has using. Suppose if you want to update, so here we're using the whatever he has given the data. If you want reads only, just automatically it will be reads. Suppose if you want to update, so it will be update with help of the, so the update siler is set rating. Suppose if you want to set the rating, so s dot rating 1, where the current of s information means he is comparing with the current information. Like customers or like you can take anything that some students are not given any feedback for the faculty. So in that case once again like he will send the link, or once again he will update the link, then automatically it will be upgraded. So this all comes under the retrieving the multiple tuples in the embedded SQL. And next one is a dynamic SQL. So dynamic SQL is nothing but this is the same as a the embedded SQL. Here also we are using the host programming source code as well as the here it will be taking the single as well as the different means the multiple. Here we are using different queries to as well as we can write the new queries. You can also delete, insert, as well update the all the data easily in the dynamic SQL. And here we are using some several steps to execute the dynamic SQL. That is nothing but compiling, debugging, as well as testing. The compiling means just you can write the code after compiling and debugging is nothing but if there is any error, automatically it will be showing that error messages. So suppose if it is completely executed, if there is a no error, your project will be like successfully working. So in that case, that is sent to the testing. So in that testing, we are using the white box as well as the black box testing. Nowadays, almost the we are using automation, nothing but the Selenium testing. Okay, so in that testing, so automatically test what exactly we test, the validation it will be checked. Suppose for example, first he will enter the user ID and password. Okay, if correct user ID and password, then what exactly will be showing messages. Suppose just I given the wrong email ID and password, then what exactly the error will be displayed like that. Just we are cross verifying the different like giving the inputs. So these all comes under the in this testing. So the same example once again he has taken exasql begin declare section varchar update string, then exasql same end the declaration section. Once again you can enter the command, you can enter any SQL command, nothing but you can update the strings. And later once again you can prepare the SQL command with help of the updating string. So this is a normal query, the similar to the multi-valued as well as the single tuple in the embedded SQL. The same he has taken the combinations. Okay, and next one is the database stored procedure SQL and PSM. Here the SQL and PSM is nothing but a persistent stored module. The persistent stored module is nothing but here uh, suppose we are having some useful databases, so it will be takes the all the useful databases. It will be creates some program models. After creating the program models, it will be stored as well as executed the all the program models with help of the DBMS, nothing but the databases in the server. So it means stored as well as executing the all the database with help of the server, that is called as the stored. That database called as the stored procedures. Means whatever if you have written that means important databases, just you can create the all the databases. After the creating the databases, just you can store and execute the all the databases with help of the server. For example, your lab we are using the MySQL server, like that you can use a Tomcat server, Jam server, you can use any servers. That servers that is storing the databases, that is called as a stored procedure. Okay, store procedures is nothing but the same. Once again he has taken store suppose storing the all the applications of the program in the database. Suppose if there is any duplicated databases will be is appeared, so automatically it will remove the all the means reduce the duplication of the data with help of the store procedure. And you can easily here we cannot one more thing. Suppose if you're not using a server, just you can send the data from the one client to another client, so it will be taking the more like more time. And okay, and you can purchase this some clouds for the large companies. Okay, with using the servers, they almost all means all the data will be available in that server. So reducing the data transfer means suppose I want, for example, just you can take it as a Google Play Store. Okay, in that suppose in on earlier days Google Play Store is not there. Only when the Androids will be start, then only if you all of you are using Google Play Store. Before then no Google Play Store will be there. In that case, suppose if you want to the new any apps, just you can download means there's no option for the downloading. Okay, in that case just you can transferring the data from the one person to another person. Okay, you can reduce the data transfer means all the data will all the applications will be available in the server. Means that is nothing but Google Play Store. Which one if you want directly you can type for example I want the movie editor or the movie maker. So okay, just you can type it as a movie maker, so automatically displaying the all the movie makers. and depends upon the rating we will download that movie maker. The same here also in the store procedure, with help of the servers, we cannot store the all the data in the different like platforms. Means the all the data will be provided in the server. Just you can easily fetch all the information everywhere and anytime. Okay, this is the one of the advantages. As well as so we are using here the view. First you can create the view, and after the creating the view, then you can suppose if you are using any complex data types from the derived data. Just you can use the database users. After using the database users, just you can use to create the view. After creating the view, you can display that view with help of the select star from. Just you can use the whatever if you are given the view name, nothing but the virtual table name. Just you can give the virtual table name, automatically it will be displayed. Okay, just you can go through this example, the create procedure, and just you can give the any store procedure name and select customer's name, customer's ID, and the counselor means I want all information of that customer. Where to fetching these all information from customer table as well as the order table. Then how to find out the customers as well as the order. So customer ID equal to order ID. Automatically we are getting all the information of the all the data. And group by means CID and the C name, customer ID and customer name. I want what exactly that customer will be ordered. So it should be an ascending orders. That's why I am using the group by clause. As well as in the stored procedure, we are using the some parameters in, out, and in out. What is mean by in? So in is nothing but the here nothing but the argument stored procedure. Whatever if you are storing the suppose if you want to store any databases, in that case just you can pass the in argument. Then automatically all the data will be stored. Out means so the parameters are written from the store procedure. If you want to means whatever if you are given the output input after compilation of the all the input, suppose if you want to expect it out, in that case you can use the out command. In out means is a combination of the both in as well as the out. These are all the three important parameters by using the store procedure. And this one is the one example, the basic example creates procedure. This is the procedure name. Add inventory. In means I'm given input. So invent means like I'm using inventory is nothing but here we are using library database. So in book ISBN character 10, in add quantity integer. Just you can give the which ISBN book if you want, and how much quantity if you want. Okay, so automatically will be created procedures, stored procedure created in your databases. And suppose if you want to update, just you can use update book set quantity in that stock. Means suppose earlier if you mentioned the 50 quantity of books, suppose if you want to the more quantity of the book, just you can use the quantity of the what how much stock will be there in your library, plus you can add the extra quantity. Then where book ISBN equal to ISBN, automatically extra quantity of the books it will be or added in your server, nothing but your databases. This is the one of the example for using the SQL as well as the PSM. And next one is the calling store procedure in Java. This is the basic things he has given, how to call the stored procedure with help of the Java. Just you can use the following command: call stored procedure name. Just you can pass the argument one, argument two, up to you can use any n number of the arguments. Suppose almost all of you studied this one is in Java. How to pass the arguments. So just like I will give you the double introduction. I will not going to detail because already if you have studied this one. So next, calling stored procedure in JDBC. Okay, how to like call the same stored procedure in JDBC? Just you can callable statement. Just you can use the C statement equal to you can prepare the call. Okay, how many numbers of the orders will be there? Then result of RS equal to means whatever if I've taken the statement, it will be executed the query. While RS dot next means suppose if you're not like prepared that one, so automatically the next call will be prepared. And next one is the uh, same here second SQL J. calling stored procedure. First you can create the cursor class and same, and next create the cursors customer information equal to customer information. Then later you can use the calling. So SQL customer information, then you can call the some numbers of that, how many numbers of book quantity if you have ordered. And next just you can give the fetch the information from all the customers. Then you can uh, close that cursor, open cursor as well as the close cursor. And the same example he has given, just you can go through once that example. And